What's going on, guys? JSGC Football here. I am your host Aaron, and I will be covering today's coverage between Preston North End versus Fleetwood in today's friendly. I've been looking forward to this as it is the first time on the JSGC Football channel that we are going to the Fylde, so I'm really looking forward to this. See Fleetwood for itself, and I will be treating it like an away day, really. So I'll be rating food, the atmosphere, and of course the price. So today it's cost me £10, so it's not too bad at all. That's one thing I like about friendlies. And there's no pressure at all, but it does give me the chance to see Preston North End in action for the first time this season as well. A chance to look at our players and look at our youngsters, especially with Rodriguez, our Brazilian youngster superstar, and Best as well. Heard good things at left wing back. So it's a chance to see a few of our youngsters along with some new signings like Maz after his double against Aberdeen. I can't wait. Hopefully he's playing tonight as well. So with Preston, maybe not we're getting Tom Cannon, but he won't be signing for nothing today, and I'll be surprised if we get him, but if we do, we're not too far off where we want to be, as I still like to see the centre-backs be improved as well. But I will see you guys at Fleetwood. Let's do this. And if you are new around here, don't forget to like and subscribe to the JSGC Football channel, as I will cover my team once more this season and many other football grounds around the UK. Welcome to Fleetwood. Roll the intro. Right, if you know JSGC Football, we love a bit of history on this channel. So with today's opponents, Fleetwood, they were founded in 1908 as Fleetwood FC. Not Fleetwood Rangers, who were founded in 1886, but are not descendants of the current Fleetwood town, so it does not count. So with Fleetwood FC, the original one, they went bankrupt in 1928, not helped by the Great Flood in 1927, as it destroyed about 9% of Fleetwood. It sounds incredible that it bounced back the town, but if you ever see the photos or if you ever read the history of Fleetwood, it's incredible of the tidal wave that happened back then. But it did prove the final nail in the club's coffin, as people just couldn't afford it as there's recovering from the flood. So Fleetwood originally played just behind the North Euston Hotel, where the police station currently is, and the magistrates as well, before relocating to the Queen's Ground in 1920, which is near the Queen's Hotel, as I think there's a little bit still left there, if I recall. I think there's like a wall. So fun fact, Preston were Fleetwood Town's first opponents at the North Euston Ground on the 8th of September 1909. So the second reincarnation of Fleetwood Town were formed in 1928 as Fleetwood Windsor before being called just Fleetwood in 1931. So at the time, these were the golden eras of the club, as they were the founding members of the Northern Premier League in 1968, which was effectively the fifth tier of the English football system at the time. And Fleetwood wouldn't surpass that moment until 2012, when the Fylde got promoted to Football League. But at the time, they had the great players of Percy Ronson and Jack Ainscough. So the second club folded in 1976, again due to financial difficulties for a second time. So for the third time, a new club was formed as Fleetwood Wanderers in 1977. So the highlights of that era were the FA Vars final in 1985, losing to Halesowen 3-1. And of course, they won the Division 1 on the Northern Premier League in 1988 to get promoted to the Northern Premier League, equivalent of the sixth tier at the time. And again, it folded, again due to financial pressures in 1996. So the fourth reincarnation of Fleetwood FC is the current Fleetwood Town that we know today. So in 1997, they were formed as Fleetwood Wanderers once more in 1997 before changing to Fleetwood Freeport just before the season began due to sponsorship. So the club at the time is placed in the North West Counties Tier 10, so Division 1 at the time. So the club was promoted to the North West Counties Premier Division Tier 9 in 1999. And the club changed its name to Fleetwood Town, that we know today, in 2002, as it's kept its name ever since, now for 21 years. So the club returned to Highbury Stadium when they formed again as well, due to a great effort of the people as well. As Fleetwood Town would change forever when a certain Andy Pilley took over on the 17th of February 2004 as chairman. And the Fleetwood meteoric rise at the time, as they got promoted to League 2 in 2012. It had only taken just over 8 years since Pilley took over from Tier 9 to rise up through the divisions. It's about 4 promotions in 8 years, so they got promoted like once every 2 years. And Fleetwood sold the first non-league player for £1 million to Leicester City as well in 2012, a certain Jamie Vardy. They would again win promotion in 2014 to League 1, the third tier of English football. Fleetwood will be playing in their 10th consecutive season in League 1, which is a fine achievement for a club of its size. It's incredible, that. And they attract crowds of just over 3,000. So Fleetwood have had two bites of the cherry to get to the Championship. So the first occasion was 2017, when they finished 4th after slowly fading away from 2nd from March. As in the playoffs, they met Bradford City over 2 legs and they lost 1-0 due to a corner goal, I think, at Valley Parade. So the second occasion they've had was in 2020, when the COVID season ended early in League 1. As on points per game, Fleetwood finished 6th. So again, they had another playoff campaign. This time, they lost to Wycombe Wanderers over 2 legs, 6-3 on aggregate. So 4-1 at 4-1 at home, and I think 2-2 at Adams Park. So Fleetwood have been a fascinating watch, progressing on and off the pitch over the years, with upgrades to Highbury Stadium, such as the Parkside Stand, which holds 2,000 seats, and it costs £4 million. As you can see from the drone footage, it's an incredible, tidy little ground, and it's first time on the JSGC Football we've come to the Fylde Coast to cover a game. But as you see in the drone, what you could see is Fleetwood's training centre, the academy centre, is absolutely incredible. Their training facilities, as now they've obtained academy status too. So it shows you their priorities. The blood in the oaks there puts Preston North End and Blackpool to shame with its academy status, as we could learn a thing or two off them. So it's clear Fleetwood are trying to be a sustainable club, relying on its academy to sell players, which will prove even more viable than ever after the recent conviction of its former owner and chairman, Andy Pilley, who was jailed for 13 years after being convicted of fraud. So only time will tell now on Fleetwood where the house of cards will fall down on Fleetwood Town, or whether the football club can sustain itself to continue playing in League 1 and retain its Football League status for the long term. So it's thanks to Jim Bet Me that Fleetwood restarted in 1997 under its 4th reincarnation and returning to Highbury Stadium, as that is why it's called Jim's Bar, as it's named after him, if you're wondering where the name came from. So this is Fleetwood Town, so let's go and have a look around. So if you wanted to park, I parked on Nansen Road, as it's free parking on the side streets as well, so it should be a quick, easy getaway, I think. And you can also park near the ground, as you can see on Memorial Park itself. So I'll just show you there. There's the Memorial Park, you can just park there. So it's nice, easy, and it's accessible as well. So one thing I'm going to look at Highbury Stadium is our JSGC football stickers still there from 2 years ago. So let's go. So as you can see, the sticker's still there from 2 years ago, but barely. It's not as good as it was, but still there. So incredible sticker's still there from our football during 2 years ago.
And JSGC was here.
So as you can see, here is our sticker. So I've just got to try and look now. The Gym Sports Bar, it is open to home fans and away fans, so I'm just trying to find it at the minute. There's a mascot, and this is Gym Sports Bar. Beautiful weather for a footy game, one thing I will admit, absolutely beautiful. Nice sunshine after a torrid week last week of rain. But today we are on the Guinness. It costs us £5.50. You can get food inside Gym Sports Bar. It looks absolutely awesome inside. So this has cost £5.50, a little bit on the expensive side, but how was it? Can't beat glass, so I'm happy it's in glass. So I'll probably give it a solid 6 out of 10. It's a little bit on a massive head on it. Not the greatest pint in Guinness, but it's a solid 6 out of 10. There's your North End 11, first half and second half. So I'm happy I finally get to see Mads, get to see Stu as well, new sign from Liverpool, see Holmes as well in the first half. So I'm glad the best has been given a chance as well at left wing back. I'm looking forward to that. So, and then in the second half, I'm looking forward to seeing Rodriguez see what he can do as well, and Mulwaney. What I will say is kind of weird trying to manoeuvre myself around the Highbury Stadium. It's built into the houses, so eventually we'll go just outside the first you want to send. Well, one thing I do wish I tried is this. So a nice little fish and chip there, Highbury chippy. There's one thing I love about football, it's terracing. Absolutely love it. So I'll just show you my view at the minute. So this is the Percy Ronson stand, that is the Parkside stand, Memorial stand, and can't remember the last one. So that's the Highbury stand. But we will be stood up all game here. One thing I forgot to miss out is when Fleetwood scored, they played a sea shanty song. Preston player though, Danny Mayer. Josh Seary, it's like Preston number 2 here. Captain Pub Watch, it's really, really hard. And a bit of me hopes we'd score today just to hear that song. He's playing from North End, that comes P&A. A decent chance for Fleetwood here, free kick. Good save. So a chance for North End, it's around the corner after 25-minute mark here. Chance, creating some good chances here, North End. Shoot it! Ball. So half time here, 0-0. Not a lot to separate the two teams, honestly, but I do like the look of Holmes and Potts down the right wing, interchanging a lot, and had a few good chances, but really both teams could have had a chance to score, but it's a good game. So what we're going to do now is try the food at Fleetwood. Not looking good here, boys and girls. It doesn't look too appetising at all. So this has cost £4. So there we go. Box standing, the pastry is a little bit rubbish, a little bit tall. For me, it's a 4 out of 10. I wish I had the fish and chips or the food inside the gin sports bar. That's my regret here. 4 out of 10, not the greatest pint I've ever had here at Highbury Stadium. So my recommendation is go to the chippy. Because I really regret not going to the Highbury chippy here. Really good chat, but really last minute defending from Greg Cunningham to stop that going in. Getting a bit feisty here, that's an absolute nasty challenge from the Fleetwood player there. Getting really feisty here, that's a tough challenge. Just going to show what a really nasty challenge that was from the Preston player. But all stemmed from the second half, that flying challenge from Fleetwood. So Josh Seary that did the awful challenge. So Preston down to 10. I was saying before, it's Fleetwood, Ryan Broom that got sent off for the poor challenge on Lewis Lee. That's where it's all stemmed from, when it's all kicking off. Oh, remember, it's just a friendly here. Really no need to go in, so hard. And one thing I've never really understood is the fans applauding players got sent off, and never really got it. Preston player though, Danny Mayer. Joshua, it's like Preston number 2 were. We've got 10 minutes to go here, 0-0. So 2 minutes to go, coming to Fleetwood, can they score off this? Oh, unlucky. So 2 minutes of stoppage time here at Highbury Stadium. Fleetwood 0, Preston 0. There we go, 0-0. Full time, Fleetwood 0, Preston 0. So evaluation. Pretty drab game. I thought Fleetwood had the best chance of winning, where they really should have scored. But it was a really feisty game with the two teams really up for this, and two really nasty challenges that both deserve red cards. So overall day. So let's start with the food. Disappointing or reevaluate it. Guinness, it can have a 5 out of 10, says 6. It was a bang average. And the pie, that can have a 2 out of 10. It's absolutely shocking. Because they're not the best pie I've ever had. Oh, what a waste. So that gives the overall score of 3.5 out of 10, a 7 out of 20, so 3.5 out of 10 for food and drink. So a little bit disappointed. I wish I'd have gone for Aspel cider and the Highbury chippy. The score would have gone shooting up, I think. So if we're to do Fleetwood's away day, you do have Blackpool on your doorstep. It's only a tram stop away, and you've got plenty of options, even with Fleetwood. So you've got Thomas Drummond or Wetherspoons, and also you can go to the Queens. There's plenty of choice for you in Fleetwood as a away day. I couldn't show you that as I am driving. So next, atmosphere. I thought Preston had a few chances going, and the atmosphere wasn't that bad because it's friendly as well. I'm going to be quite generous. I thought it was a solid 6 out of 10 for atmosphere, and overall, and the last thing to mention now is the price. So it cost me £10. Can't complain. It's friendly. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. It's reasonably priced. It's only a tenner. So overall, that gives it 9, 6, so 15 and 3.5. So 18.5 out of 30. So just over 6 out of 10 for Fleetwood as a total day out for an away day. Is Fleetwood an away day I would do again? I certainly would. Well, Preston, a little bit disappointed. We've had a little bit of a disappointing pre-season friendly so far. Not had the best, but it's only friendly, so I'm not too concerned. Just need to get a few more signings over the line. I think we'll be ready for the new season in just under 2 weeks now against Bristol City. But I would say it wasn't a bad game. Just lacked a cutting edge, which has been the story of Preston's season last season. That the cutting edge that just wasn't there. But hopefully it will improve, because at least we got a clean sheet, and it gave some of the lads some. As it gave the lads to put some more minutes into the legs. Because one thing I did like was the Pots and the Holmes interchange. So far we gave them a lot of problems out on the right, you could tell from the first half. And second half was pretty flat. I think Fleetwood dominated. But overall, this has been my Fleetwood versus Preston vlog. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe to JSGC Football, as I will see you guys very, very soon in the start of the championship season, following my team, and also some away days as well that we've got planned starting at Hillsborough. So I will see you then. Peace. Ciao for now.